In a world where the loudest voices often drown out the whispers of strength, the true power of the silent warrior emerges as a quiet force that transforms challenges into triumphs. There's a power in silence that many overlook. A power that doesn't seek the spotlight, doesn't crave attention, and doesn't need validation from the world. This power lies in the heart of the silent warrior, the one who battles life's challenges with an unshakable grace, a quiet resolve that speaks volumes without uttering a word. A silent warrior doesn't announce their strength, they don't need to. Their actions, their perseverance, their ability to keep moving forward, despite the odds, that's where their strength is truly revealed. It's in the way they carry themselves, even when the weight of the world bears down on their shoulders. They don't crumble, they don't break. Instead, they stand tall, knowing that every challenge is just another step on their journey. When life throws its hardest punches, the silent warrior doesn't flinch. They don't react with anger, with frustration, or with fear. No, they stay composed. They know that battles aren't won through noise or chaos, but through a clear mind and a steady hand. The silent warrior faces adversity with a calm that's almost unnerving, a calm that comes from knowing who they are and what they're capable of. Patience is their weapon, and timing is their strategy. The silent warrior understands that not every battle needs to be fought immediately. They wait, they watch, they learn. They choose their moments carefully, striking only when the time is right, when victory is within reach. And when they do strike, they do so with precision, with intention, with a force that's been building quietly, steadily, and powerfully. Defeat doesn't deter them. It doesn't diminish their spirit. The silent warrior knows that every setback is temporary, that every loss carries with it a lesson. They take these lessons to heart, using them to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. They rise from defeat with even greater determination, with a dignity that comes from understanding that the journey is just as important as the destination. But don't mistake their silence for weakness. The silent warrior is anything but weak. Their strength lies not just in their physical or mental prowess, but in their compassion, their kindness, their ability to see beyond themselves. They balance their strength with a deep understanding of others, knowing that true power isn't about dominating or controlling, it's about lifting others up, about leading with humility and grace. In a world full of noise, the silent warrior remains a beacon of peace. They protect their inner calm, refusing to let the chaos of the outside world disturb their focus, their mission, their purpose. Their silence is not an absence of voice, but a deliberate choice to let their actions speak louder than any words ever could. Let actions speak. In a world where words are often cheap, tossed around without much thought, it's easy to get caught up in the noise. Everyone has something to say, opinions to share, promises to make. But words can only go so far. They can be loud, they can grab attention, but they fade. They're temporary, fleeting. What truly lasts, what truly makes an impact, are the actions that follow. The silent warrior understands this better than anyone. They don't waste time with empty talk or hollow promises. They know that words are just the beginning, that true commitment, true conviction is shown in what you do, not what you say. It's easy to say you'll overcome, that you'll persevere, that you'll rise above. But when the moment comes, when the pressure's on, when life's challenges are staring you in the face, that's when the truth comes out. That's when actions speak louder than any words ever could. A silent warrior fights their battles not with boasts or declarations, but with a quiet, deliberate resolve. They let their actions do the talking. They know that real power isn't about making noise, it's about making moves. It's about taking those steps forward, even when the path is uncertain, even when the outcome is unclear. It's about pushing through, not because you said you would, but because you know you must. Every decision they make, every step they take is filled with purpose. They don't act on impulse or emotion, but with a clear mind and a determined heart. They weigh their choices carefully, understanding that each one has consequences, that each action can ripple out far beyond the moment. They don't need to explain themselves to justify their path. Their actions are their testament. They show up, they do the work, and they let the results speak for themselves. When they face adversity, they don't just talk about resilience, they embody it. They don't just promise to persevere, they prove it day after day through their actions. They might not say much, but what they do is powerful, lasting, unforgettable. Because in the end, it's not the words that people remember, it's what you did. It's how you moved, how you fought, how you carried yourself through the storms of life. The silent warrior's legacy isn't built on speeches or grand statements, it's built on a foundation of consistent, purposeful action. They understand that actions echo longer, that what you do today can resonate far into the future, shaping not just your life, but the lives of those around you. And so they act, not for the applause or the recognition, but because they know that true impact is made through what you do, not what you say. In the fast-paced world we live in, where everything seems to demand instant results, patience is often seen as a weakness, as something to be avoided. But a true warrior knows that patience is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It's the ability to hold back when every instinct tells you to rush forward, to wait when others are jumping the gun, to trust the process even when the outcome isn't immediately clear. The silent warrior understands that not every battle can be won quickly, that victory often requires time, strategy, and a deep understanding of the situation. They know that acting too soon can be just as damaging as not acting at all. So they wait, they watch, they gather information, they assess the landscape, and they prepare themselves for the right moment. Patience allows them to see what others miss, to understand the patterns and the rhythms of the world around them. They don't rush into decisions, they take their time, knowing that haste can lead to mistakes and mistakes can lead to failure. But this patience isn't passive, it's active, engaged, deliberate. The silent warrior is always ready, always alert, but they don't move until they know it's time. Waiting doesn't mean doing nothing, it means preparing, honing skills, building strength, both mentally and physically. It's in these moments of stillness that the silent warrior grows the most. They use this time to reflect, to plan, to sharpen their focus. When others are wasting their energy in needless action, the silent warrior conserves theirs, knowing that when the time comes, they'll need every bit of it. And when that moment finally arrives, when the conditions are right, when they've seen all they need to see, the silent warrior strikes. They move with precision, with confidence, with the full force of someone who has waited, watched, and prepared. Their patience pays off as they achieve victory, not just because they acted, but because they acted at exactly the right time. In a world that values speed, the silent warrior values timing. They understand that sometimes the greatest strength lies in the ability to wait, to let things unfold as they must, and to know when to step in and take control. Patience, to the silent warrior, is not a burden but a gift, a tool that allows them to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. Life is full of challenges and no one escapes them. They come in many forms: loss, hardship, failure, disappointment. These are the tests that life puts in our path, the obstacles that stand between us and the greatness we seek. The silent warrior knows this truth all too well. They understand that challenges aren't just a possibility, they're a certainty. But they also know that how you face these challenges defines who you are. Complaining might offer a momentary release, a way to vent the frustration and pain that comes with hardship, but it doesn't change anything. It doesn't move you forward. It doesn't make the burden lighter. The silent warrior understands that complaints are distractions, taking away energy that could be used to overcome the very obstacles that cause the suffering. They don't waste time with words of complaint because they know that enduring is where real strength is found. To endure without complaining is to accept that suffering is part of the journey. It's to understand that every struggle, every setback, every moment of pain is shaping you, molding you into something stronger, something greater. The silent warrior doesn't shy away from this reality, they embrace it. They know that suffering isn't the end, it's a means to an end. It's the fire that forges steel, the pressure that creates diamonds. The silent warrior bears their challenges with a quiet dignity, refusing to let the weight of the world bend them out of shape. They face each day with the resolve to keep moving forward, even when the road is rough and the journey seems endless. They don't seek sympathy or pity, they don't ask for an easier path. They simply put one foot in front of the other, knowing that every step, no matter how painful, brings them closer to their goal. This endurance is not just about physical strength, but mental fortitude. It's about maintaining focus, keeping sight of the bigger picture, even when everything around you is trying to pull you down. The silent warrior's mind is as strong as their body, disciplined and unwavering, capable of pushing through the noise and chaos that comes with life's difficulties. They know that complaining would only weaken that focus, erode that discipline, and so they choose silence instead. Enduring without complaint also means embracing the lessons that challenges offer. The silent warrior sees every hardship as an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become better. They understand that suffering is a teacher, and they're willing students. Through their endurance, they gain wisdom, resilience, and a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. And so they endure, quietly, steadfastly, with the knowledge that this suffering is temporary, but the strength and wisdom they gain from it will last a lifetime. The silent warrior's journey is not an easy one, but it's a journey worth taking, because they know that greatness is not achieved by avoiding challenges, but by facing them head on and enduring them with grace and determination. Silent determination. It's the force that propels the silent warrior forward, a fire burning deep within that doesn't demand attention or validation. This fire isn't for show, it's not something to be flaunted or boasted about. It's a quiet, powerful energy that drives every step, every decision, every action. The silent warrior doesn't need to announce their intentions or declare their goals to the world. Their purpose is clear to them, and that's all that matters. This determination is like a river cutting through rock, steady, persistent, unstoppable. It doesn't rush, it doesn't hurry, but it never ceases. The silent warrior moves with a sense of purpose that is both calm and intense, knowing exactly where they need to go and what they need to do to get there. They aren't swayed by distractions, nor are they deterred by obstacles. Their focus is razor sharp, honed by a deep understanding of their mission and a commitment to seeing it through to the end. While others may waver or second guess themselves, the silent warrior remains steadfast. Their determination is unwavering because it's not based on fleeting emotions or external circumstances. It comes from a place of deep conviction, from knowing that the path they're on is the right one, regardless of how difficult or uncertain it may seem. They've made up their mind, set their course, and nothing will pull them away from it. Relentlessness is a defining trait of the silent warrior. They don't give up no matter how many times they're knocked down, no matter how many setbacks they face. To them, determination isn't just about starting strong, it's about finishing strong. It's about pushing through the tough times, the moments when it feels like everything is working against them. They understand that the journey is long, and that endurance is just as important as strength. But this relentlessness isn't loud or brash, it's quiet and composed. The silent warrior doesn't need to shout about their struggles or victories. They simply keep going, step by step, day by day, knowing that consistency is key to achieving their goals. Their progress may be slow at times, but it's steady, and they know that every effort, no matter how small, brings them closer to their destination. Silent determination also means knowing when to act and when to wait. The silent warrior isn't reckless, they're strategic. They understand that determination isn't about charging forward blindly, but about moving with intention. They take the time to assess, to plan, to prepare, so that when they do act, It's with full confidence and clarity. Their movements are deliberate, purposeful, each one contributing to the bigger picture they've envisioned for themselves. In a world that often equates loudness with strength, the silent warrior stands as a testament to the power of quiet resolve. They don't need to be heard to be effective. Their determination speaks for itself through their actions, their persistence, their refusal to be deterred by the challenges they face. They know that the strongest resolve doesn't always shout, it simply keeps going, driven by that inner fire that never burns out. Strength without noise. In a world filled with clamor and chaos, where power is often associated with volume and aggression, the silent warrior offers a different kind of strength, a quiet, unassuming strength that doesn't need to announce itself to be felt. True power isn't measured by how loud you can be, but by the impact you have, by the way your presence can shift the atmosphere without uttering a word. The silent warrior knows that real strength doesn't come from shouting the loudest or dominating the conversation. It comes from within, from a place of deep inner resolve and confidence. They don't need to prove their strength to anyone because they're secure in who they are and what they're capable of. Their strength is like a mountain, solid, unwavering, and immovable, yet it doesn't need to make a sound to command respect. This quiet strength is not passive, it's active, dynamic, and incredibly powerful. The silent warrior moves through the world with a calm assurance, understanding that strength isn't about overpowering others, but about mastering oneself. They've learned that the most effective way to influence a situation is often not through force, but through calm, deliberate action. They don't need to raise their voice to be heard. Their actions speak volumes. Their presence is felt in the way they carry themselves, in the choices they make, in the consistency with which they live their values. Strength without noise is about restraint, about knowing when to act and when to hold back. The silent warrior understands that there's a time for everything, a time to speak, a time to stay silent, a time to push forward, and a time to step back. They don't waste energy on unnecessary displays of power. Instead, they focus on what truly matters, conserving their strength for the moments when it's needed most. Their quiet strength is evident in the way they handle adversity. When faced with challenges, they don't panic, they don't crumble. And they certainly don't complain. They face difficulties head on with a calm that comes from knowing they have the strength to endure whatever comes their way. They trust in their ability to overcome, not because they shout it from the rooftops, but because they've proven it to themselves time and time again through their actions. The silent warrior's strength is also deeply rooted in humility. They don't seek recognition or applause for their deeds. They do what needs to be done because it's the right thing to do, not because they want to be praised for it. Their power is not diminished by their humility. In fact, it's amplified by it. People are drawn to them not because they demand attention, but because their quiet confidence is magnetic, inspiring others to find that same strength within themselves. In a world that often values noise over substance, the silent warrior stands as a reminder that true strength doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to boast, it doesn't need to dominate, it simply needs to be. Their strength is in their quiet resolve, in the way they navigate life's challenges with grace and dignity, in the way they let their actions do the talking. It's a strength that's unshakable, unbreakable, and undeniable, and it leaves a lasting impact without ever needing to raise its voice. In a world where leadership is often associated with authority, control, and commands, the silent warrior offers a different approach, a form of leadership that's grounded in action, not words. This is leadership that doesn't need to assert itself or demand respect because it earns it through the way it conducts itself. A silent warrior leads by embodying the very values they wish to instill in others. They understand that true leadership isn't about telling people what to do, but about showing them through their own behavior. Every action, every decision, every word they speak is a reflection of the principles they stand for: courage, integrity, humility. They walk the path they advocate, demonstrating through their own example what it means to lead with honor and purpose. Courage is a cornerstone of this leadership. The silent warrior faces challenges with a bravery that doesn't need to be declared. They encounter difficulties head-on with a quiet strength that inspires those around them to do the same. They understand that true courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. By confronting their own fears and obstacles with grace, they set a powerful example for others to follow. Integrity is another key aspect of their leadership. The silent warrior acts with honesty and consistency, staying true to their values even when no one is watching. They don't compromise their principles for convenience or gain, and they don't bend under pressure. Their integrity shines through in every decision they make and every action they take. This unwavering commitment to doing what's right, regardless of the circumstances, inspires those around them to uphold the same standards. Humility is equally vital to their approach. The silent warrior understands that leadership isn't about elevating oneself above others. It's about lifting others up, recognizing their contributions, and sharing the credit where it's due. They don't seek the spotlight or crave recognition. Instead, they focus on the collective success of the team. Their humility is a powerful force, creating an environment where people feel valued, respected, and motivated to contribute their best. By leading through example, the silent warrior creates a ripple effect. Their actions speak louder than any command or directive could. People are naturally drawn to follow someone who demonstrates the qualities they aspire to embody themselves. The silent warrior's leadership is reflected in the way they handle challenges, make decisions, and interact with others. They build trust and respect through their consistent, principled behavior. This form of leadership fosters a culture of mutual respect and collaboration. When others see the silent warrior's commitment to their values, they are inspired to reflect those values in their own lives. It's a leadership style that empowers others to grow, to lead, and to act with the same integrity and courage that they see modeled before them. The silent warrior's leadership is a testament to the power of leading by example. It's a reminder that the most impactful leaders don't command from a distance, but show the way through their own actions. They inspire others not by telling them what to do, but by demonstrating with every step they take the true essence of leadership. In a world that often confuses noise with strength, the silent warrior stands as a testament to a different kind of power, a power that is profound, unspoken, and deeply transformative. They embody a strength that doesn't need to shout for attention because it commands respect through quiet determination and unwavering resolve. The silent warrior understands that true power lies in actions, not words. They fight battles not with boasts, but with decisive, deliberate steps that move them closer to their goals. They face challenges with a patience that allows them to see beyond the immediate, knowing that victory often requires waiting for the right moment to strike. They endure hardships without complaint, recognizing that suffering is a part of the journey toward greatness. Their strength is evident in their silence, their patience, and their relentless determination. They lead by example, showing others what it means to act with courage, integrity, and humility. They inspire not through loud declarations, but through the silent power of their own unwavering commitment to their values and goals. In the end, the silent warrior teaches us that greatness doesn't need to be proclaimed, it is demonstrated. Their legacy is etched not in the words they spoke, but in the silent, steadfast way they move through their challenges. They remind us that the most profound strength comes from within, from the quiet assurance that we have the power to shape our own destinies through every action we take. So let us honor the silent warriors in our lives and strive to embody their spirit. Let us move with purpose, face our challenges with grace, and lead by showing the way through our actions. For it is in the silent strength of our resolve that we find our true power and the ability to achieve greatness. Let us walk the path of the silent warrior, not for the applause, but for the quiet, enduring impact we can make. Let us be the living proof that strength without noise is not only possible, but profoundly powerful.